So here we're about to unbox the UPS unit. These are the mounting rails for the rack installation. This is the face plates for the unit. And in this box we have screws, rail kit or front face plate, and the instruction manual for the unit. And here's the UPS unit with the PDU already mounted. We're going to go ahead and unscrew the two screws that hold down the wire mounting kit so that we can get in the rail. And the rail fits in like so on each side. And included in the package will be the screws. There are screws and washers, and so we'll mount just 2 on each side of the rails. So a total of 8 screws. Okay, so here we have the rails mounted. They're mounted loosely so that when we put on the UPS unit, you can tighten the UPS unit because there's a slight gap on the units. And you can see they're mounted on the bottom. Here we're going to go ahead and slide in the UPS unit. The panel or the front of the unit should have an opening for the battery, and it should be pretty much front facing as with the switch right next to it. I can't get a wider angle view of this right next to each other, but that's how it's going to be mounted. And we're going to have to go ahead and screw on. There's 1 screw on each side of the UPS unit to the rail so that it doesn't slip back. So here we have the ferrets. One is for the console cable and the other one is for the network cable. And here's the grounding plug, as well as the screws for the side of the UPS unit. So here are the handles for the side of the UPS units, and the screws for them. They'll mount like so on the side of the UPS unit so that we could pull them in and out later on. It's a little difficult to put the side screw on the UPS, but what we're going to do is try to line up the UPS unit and the hole. There's 1 hole on each side of the UPS. Here's the side screw of the UPS, and there's 4 total, 1 on each side, front and back. And then after you're done with that, you go ahead and tighten these because we left them loose originally. Here's a ferret and the console cable. What you have to do is it'll be already installed, but you go ahead and wind it around twice and snap it in. And you won't need this. It also comes with a network port, and that's where most of the configuration and the monitoring will be done from. But the console will be there just so that in case we need to reprogram the unit. So here's the ferret and the network cable. Just go ahead and snap it in and plug in the network port. So here is that grounding plug, and go ahead and put that on just in case the electrician needs it for a ground. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and mount the battery in the unit, and you see there's a tipped end that sits at the bottom. And you go ahead and slide it in, and it'll just should just slide right in there and snap in. And here's the front panel for it to hold the battery in place. You see there's a latch, 2 latches on the left side, and then as you get in place there should be 2 hand screws, thumb screws. Just tighten that so it keeps the battery in place. and the front mounting plates will go on right after that. So you see the oval opening is where the controls will be, and that just snaps right in place, as well as the bottom snaps right in. Long pigtail on the back of the UPS unit has a L14 twist lock, and we're going to just run it right through just in case it's not already plugged in. So we're going to go underneath, and then the plug should be somewhere in the vicinity of the switch. Go ahead and plug it in, and it should twist and lock in place. Minor twist, and just go ahead and adjust the cable length. So after the pigtails plugged in on the front and your wires or your pigtails already routed in the front, you should see on the back of the UPS a orange light that points to the utility, and we'll go ahead and switch it over, switch it on. You hear the fan come up, and this is the other switch. So both switch goes up, and then as we move around to the front side of the UPS, there is a on-off button. Go ahead and put that down, and you see it cycle through the testing, and we go back into the back of the unit. The UPS light should now be green, and we can go ahead and switch it over to UPS power. So in the front of the UPS, you should see green lights on AC input and UPS battery, and there shouldn't be any amber lights at all. So if you look on the front of the switch, you'll see green lights for each UPS. So there's two for fan and input, two for fan and input, and there should be two supervisor units. And what it shows is the primary is all green, and the secondary has one amber for standby. So we'll go ahead and make sure all that's green before proceeding. So once we've checked the power cords are here, and all lights are green, some of the switches will have different types of power connectors. This being the L630, and then there's standard 110 right there. So all the switches will vary, and we'll help you with that. So we're just gonna unplug one power cord at a time. And just go ahead and plug it directly onto the unit. And once it's plugged in, you should get the green lights back again on front. So when you do that, you can go ahead and do the secondary one. That's good. So we'll go ahead and do the secondary switch power cord. And we'll check the switch again, and it should come back immediately. So most of the sites will have a router unit mounted maybe on the same rack, and they will have dual power supplies as well, and you'll just want to unplug one at a time. We don't have a unit to demonstrate in this closet, but that's how it's done. So here's the network cable from the back of the UPS unit. We're just going to route it through, and we'll designate probably the last port on the last module to plug it in, and you can just go ahead and plug it in. The IP addresses will be already assigned to the UPS unit, so at that point we'll be able to monitor if we load. There's extra console cable, manuals, and some screws or anything like that. Go ahead and put them back into the box, and you can just leave them on top of the switch.